1, 2, 3.
Hi there, this is William with Eastern Trophies Fly Fishing. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a CKExpressBug. Different versions here that are in my hands. Really good topwater bug for smallmouth, striped bass, largemouth, redfish. I even had a guide call me and order a bunch of black CKExpressBugs and a number 2 for tarpon this past year. Apparently they've been really good for topwater tarpon. So really good durable bug, easy to make. It took me a couple of years to go through and find a really good popper body, and we have both a number 2/0 size, which is this guy right here. It's a good bug for smallmouth, largemouth, easy to throw with a 6 weight, definitely a 7 weight. The size 4/0 bug is more of a pretty much your trophy smallmouth bug, and then straight bass, bluefish, reds, pretty much as far as you want to go. I'll talk to you about airbrushing them at the end, and we might as well just get started. The hooks that you're going to use are the 2461 Daiichi. This is the 2/0 size. This is for that smaller version for the smallmouth. 4/0 for the bigger stripers, for the bigger smallmouth bugs. First thing you're going to do, and I've already got these steps kind of knocked out so it's easy to see, you're going to coat your hook shank with thread. Be pretty liberal with the thread coating, just so you got a lot for the glue to absorb. So that's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to coat the shank with thread, and from there you've got two choices. You can either go with the 2/0 popper body or the 4/0 bigger bug body. Alright, we've got both on our website. When you do that, you're basically going to take your bug body, and I'm doing the 4/0 size here. You're just going to spread it open with your thumb and pointer finger, or however you want to do it. You're going to slide the shank of the hook right into the bug body, just like that. Okay, you want enough of a gap between the cup face, or the front face of your bug, and the eye of the hook, so that you don't have issues with the epoxy drying or anything like that. So you really want to make sure that there's enough of the eye and enough of the shank out the front. From there, you're going to take Zap-A-Gap, and you're going to go all the way in to where it's been basically cut out all the way to the middle of the bug body, and you're going to be pretty liberal with the Zap-A-Gap. You're going to make sure it's all the way in and through. From there, you're just going to squeeze. I'll try and show you on the camera. You're just going to squeeze the body together a couple times, just so you have complete coverage with the Zap-A-Gap. And I'm not squeezing it all the way through yet. I'm just kind of pushing it from front to back, back to front, just to make sure that the Zap-A-Gap seeps through on both seams, so you have complete coverage. From there, you're going to take a Q-tip. You're going to squeeze the front together, and you're just going to kind of run the Q-tip along the top edge, taking out or taking away all the excess glue. And then from there, you're just going to squeeze, and you're going to hold it together. You might have a little bit of excess here and there. That's what your seam looks like. Okay. I just want to make sure I don't screw up this bug body for my next bug. I don't want to waste a bunch of time with it drying. But any excess down by the bend, you can kind of get rid of. And if you have excess on the seam, you know, right along that bead, you can actually get rid of it with a razor blade by just shaving it down. Okay, so you've got that step done, and this is one I did earlier. Now, a couple things with the bigger 4/0 body, which I'm doing here. Okay, you can get away with doing your red on the cup face after you put the body on the shank of the hook, and you can use any kind of marker you want. Okay, some cover better than others, but you're just gonna coat the front face. Okay, good to go. Make it look pretty down here on that edge. Okay, with marker. And then if you're doing the smaller 2/0 version, I recommend doing the cup face before you slide the hook through the popper body. Okay, so with this guy, I mean, it's real simple. You just take the marker, run it on the inside of the cup face in a circle, and then boom, you're done. Okay, comes out perfect every single time. So you're basically at this stage with the smaller version or the larger one here. All right, the shank of the hook is in the body. You're pretty much ready to go and insert the tail or do the pre-cut for where the tail is going to insert into the body. So I use single edge razor blades, and the way you're going to do it is I'll start it on the bigger one first. You're going to look from the back of the bug. You're going to basically do a cut perpendicular to the shank of the hook, and I'll show you. I started it right there. That one's pretty close. Okay, that's what it looks like from the side, and you're going straight in the back. Okay, single razor blade. All right, single edge razor blade, and from there you're just going to push through, and with the 4/0 body, okay, I go all the way up to where the brace, okay, is on the non-cutting edge of the razor blade, I guess. So once that cut is made, okay, you're going to take your CKExpressBug tail, okay, we've got them available on our website, okay, they come 10 to a pack, but these are the tails pre-cut, ready to go. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide it all the way in to where your cut starts, and this is just a dry fit. You're not doing any glue stuff yet, but basically you want to make sure that it's coming out straight and it kind of lines up with the back edge of the foam body, and it'll size up perfectly. Okay, and this is with the bigger bug. So after that, what I do with that is all I do is take a little bit of Zap-A-Gap, and I run it along the side seam on one side, along the side seam on the other, and then after that all I do is squeeze it together, and you'll get some curing. As you squeeze from top to bottom. Try not to get your fingers on the edges, because you will have a little bit of runoff, which is what you want. And you don't worry about putting glue inside the body, because you're going to have epoxy going around this whole thing. It's going to lock it in really tight. But you want to kind of, I'll show you in a second once this dries, but you really want to seal the seams on the sides. I'll show you a close-up. You want to seal up those seams so that you don't have any bubbling when you do your epoxy. In fact, I'm going to put another little bit of Zap-A-Gap on this side just to make sure we're good to go. And this stuff cures pretty fast, and it wipes off well with the Q-tips. So this guy is pretty much ready to go for a stick-on eye. So the seam where you glued the, put the hook inside the popper body, if you have any kind of buildup on that seam, all you do is take a razor blade and use it and just kind of shave it down. Okay, that'll solve any kind of glue issues. All right, you can hear the build-up on this one. I kind of had a little bit extra because I was turning it away as I was doing it. But that's your bug ready to go, all right, ready to put eyes on. So eyes are real simple. We just use the flat, sticky, stick-on eyes, okay? You can use different colors if you want. We like the typical silver and black, okay? Now, if you were to do the paint job, if you want to do the minnow version like we do with an airbrush, you would do the airbrushing before you put the sticky eyes on, and all you would do is use a little mesh screen. It's hard to see on this guy, but that's there. You would wrap it around. I hold mine with forceps. I do a quick shot with the gun. I get the line on one side. So if you look at the bug from the bottom, okay, when you see a real minnow floating on its side and it's dying, you know, you got the top edge that's dark in color. It looks sideways on this bug, but when you have a dying minnow, you know, running around in the water, you know, kind of flipping around on its side, that's what the fish sees from the bottom, is that silhouette. So when you shoot it with the gun, that's our way to do it. That's the way we've been doing it for a couple of years. But if you're doing a plain white, which is our go-to color, you're going to go and put your eye, just stick it right on, and you'll just line it up with the shank of the hook, press it on, and most of the sticky eyes just stick right on the body. You don't have to glue it or anything. And then when you do the gill crease, we like to use the Sharpie paint markers for this, all right? And you can press on them just to make sure that you got the paint flowing. And all we do is, after the eye is centered up and placed right on the bottom, we just do the gill crease right behind the eye. Okay, from there, you're basically good to go. For the epoxy coating, you'll probably be shocked when we tell you this, but we use Gorilla Glue epoxy. Okay, it dries clear. We've tested it. We've made bugs and put them on the dashboards of our cars and left them there for about a year. No yellowing. Really durable, holds up well. So what I would do is I put the bug in the vise. When it's ready for the coating, I do a mixture in a small cup. I use Gatorade or soda bottle caps as my mixing cups. You can also go to restaurants or food places and steal their ketchup containers, but I like to not do that too much. But you use your mixing cup, even amount from the tube, dispense it into the cup, mix it with the broken end of a Q-tip. So this is my applicator, this is my body, and I put a bunch on top, and I get about 3 dabs on top, and I start to just rotate the bug in the vise, and I coat the bug. I make sure that I get some into the cup face to cover the cup face, and then I also make sure that I put a bead on the back edge on the top and the back edges on the bottom to seal the bug up completely. And then from there, all I do is I put them in my turner right here, and I just rotate them, and these guys are curing right now. But with the Gorilla Glue epoxy, it takes pretty much, I let them dry for 24 hours, and they're not tacky at all. These were done last night. These are ready to go. And from the bottom, that's what the minnow version looks like in the green. We also have them available in gray. And this is the 4-aught bug, and this would be the 2-aught bug. All right, once again, great smallmouth size for the 2-aught. It's kind of our go-to fly for clients catching, you know, trophy size smallmouth, 18 to 22 inch fish. The big 4-aught size you want to be throwing with a 7 weight at least, and this is an even better bug for big smallmouth, stripers, largemouth, but you want to be throwing it with a 7 or an 8 weight. It's a pretty big bug. Lots of ways you can fish, you know, these bugs. Very versatile. Make a lot of noise if you want, long bubble trails, or you can do like walk the dog. It's been our go-to fly, one of our go-to topwater patterns for the past 2 years. So the CKExpressBug, those are all the steps. We have everything on our website, and then we also have our fly kits also. So if you want to just make the bugs yourself, you buy the kit, everything is included, hooks, the foam bodies, the tails, and you're good to go with whatever size you order. This is William with Eastern Trophies Fly Fishing. Everything on our website, easterntrophies.com. Thanks for listening. Hook 'em up.